Welcome back to another episode of TOGL. Hope you've had a great week. Alrighty, kicking off this week, what I need to do is get this leveler bar made so that I can smooth our road out a little bit. So I've got steel cut. Well, actually my mate Steve, who's now left, he cut all that for me. I've just ground off all of the little daggy bits and kneaded it up. So now I need to start to get it assembled and weld it up. There are a few other sections I do need to cut as well, but yeah, I'm just going to spend the afternoon getting that welded up and done. Then tomorrow I will head up to the block. Got some more things to do up there and a surprise guest, so we'll see that when we get up there. But for now, I'll start getting this steel laid out. We'll get the welder flashed up. Now, I have realised there's a couple of ends where I haven't cleaned off, so I've cleaned all the rust off these ends for a nice clean weld, but I've missed those corners there and one down the back, so I'll have to get the grinder first, clean them up, and then we'll get started. Right, well, I've just spent the last hour or so touching up the metal. I also decided to cut the corners at 45 degrees. Just makes it a lot better rather than having a square end that goes against a square end like that. If you can cut them both at the 45 degrees, they'll join in a lot nicer. What I've done is I've now measured from corner to corner that way and corner to corner this way. So long as they're both the same measurement, this should be all square. It's about a 3mm difference, which is negligible, but it's pretty hard to get it exact when you're moving the steel around like this. I've also checked it with a square on all four corners. It's pretty damn close, and I've now got these magnets in the corner to hold it in place. So now I'm just going to tack weld it because then I need to start working on getting the other pieces in the middle. I don't want to completely weld up the outside in case I need to break one of the pieces off to get all the inserts in. I'm just not sure how well they'll fit in, but for now, while I've got it square, I'm just going to tack it up and then we'll start measuring our other pieces from the insides. Morning. Well, big afternoon yesterday doing all of that cutting and grinding, and I've still got a lot more to do on that yet for that leveler bar, but we'll get there. That's something I can do later in the afternoons and evenings at home or on a rainy day because it's all in the shed. So back up the block this morning, obviously time to get some more milling done. So I've just dragged over that log. That's one of the two that I cut the other day at the end of the last video. So I want to try and get this milled up now. I'm hoping that I might be able to get two beams out of this, 60 by 120. Once I start to cut into it and we see whether it twists or cracks or anything like that, get rid of all of the sapwood off the outside, then I'll know whether I'm going to get those pieces out of it, or I might just get one. Hopefully I'd like to get the two. So yeah, we'll flash up the mill and we'll get started. Well, I've got the 4 sides off. Now I can start to take measurements and work out where to get the best cut, although it did bow quite a lot. This piece down here, at this end, sorry, it only bowed a little bit. I'll have to see what happens, but the top piece that came off it, it bowed dramatically, but that's normally what happens too. You'll find that from the core outwards, if you can keep the core in, it'll pull itself together, like there's tension pulling to the outside. So when you take an outside off, it'll pull out. But if you can keep them in the center, which is the heartwood, then hopefully they don't go as much. So we'll have to see what happens as I trim this up a little bit more and cut through. See whether it's going to work or not. If not, it's firewood. Okay, so I've been measuring this every which way possible, trying to work out the best way to cut this. Now, as you can see up this end here, what we've got is a big slope off the back here. So whilst it's nice and thick at the bottom, I haven't got a lot at the top. Now the problem with that is, if I come up to this other end, on the bottom part I've got a big split right through here, and that's not good. There's a big crack right in there. The good bit's at the top. So what I've got is, I want to cut beams that are 60 by 120. Down that end, the 120 at the bottom is great, and up at this end, the 120 at the top is great. So what I'm thinking is, if I jack that end up, I can actually cut a 120 wide beam from the top, coming along and finishing off at the bottom there. Then when I've got that 120, I'll discard the top bit, and there'll be a bottom piece up there, so it's going to take 2 cuts to cut it out, and then that 120 beam I can cut into 60mm slots, and that's going to give me a couple of the 60 by 120s that I want to cut. So that's the theory. We'll see how that goes. I've not cut one across the heartwood like that before. All we can do is try. Worst case scenario, it becomes firewood and I go get another log. So yeah, we'll see how we go cutting it like that, and fingers crossed it all works. Okay, well, on one of my earlier cuts when I was taking the sides off, the blade must have tipped a bit, because right here it's 11 centimetres. Still 12 there, and all the way back there it's 12, but there it's 11. So I've got to decide how I'm going to play that. If I can bring the whole thing down to 11 and maybe make the beams 11. 11 centimetres, which I think I'm going to do. This is a beautiful piece of timber. It's the first time I've actually held up a big log of myrtle. The colours in this and the patterns are really nice. It's not going to get seen, it's just going to be trusses underneath the roof, but I think I'm going to drop that to 11 and I'll do it at 11, so there'll be 6 by 11 instead of 6 by 12. But that's okay, it'll still work. Okay, I'm not sure how much of that you missed because it turns out the camera turned itself off. So after cleaning it all up, I managed to get these 3 really nice beams out of it. Now the bottom one and the top one are actually dead straight, but the middle one, it bowed. Now I say the middle one here, but it wasn't actually the middle one. It was the top one that I cut. And because it was on the outside of the heartwood, that's why it tended to bow. What I'm going to do, I'm going to strap these together between the straight top one and bottom one, and hopefully it'll help the middle one as it dries out a little bit and relaxes, because just being cut fresh out of a log, hopefully it will regain some straightness into it. That's the plan anyway, but otherwise I've definitely got 2 really nice beams out of it that are now 60 by 110. And then in just a second we're going to pop up to the top. I need to meet some friends that are coming in. I said about the special guests, they're going to come down and have some lunch, so I'll go and welcome them, and then we'll see them maybe in a little bit, and then I'll have to come back here after lunch and do some clean up. Basically I run the compressor, blow all the dust out of everything, get it all nice and dry and clean, take the blade off because we don't want to leave that blade under tension, and I take that blade back home so that it stays nice and dry. Got to protect it. So anyway, I'll get these strapped up, and then yeah, we'll get ready for some lunch. Alright, well as I said, we have some special guests up on the block today. This is Peter and Julie. Peter's been watching the channel for how long now?
Oh, I think it started.
Yeah. And decided to make the move to Tassie as well, and just moved to Tassie recently. So that's pretty exciting. How many acres have you got?
It's about 54 acres, just up near Somerset. So
yep.
Beautiful location.
Yep, so pretty close to where we are too. So yeah, Pete reached out and said, is it alright if we catch up? I'm like, definitely, fantastic. So we've had a bit of a walk around here this morning, and we're just cooking up some lunch. So yeah, no, it's really good to have some more friends down here. It's fantastic, and especially with your own block too.
Yeah, mate, yeah, oh, it's great to catch up. We've been following you for a long time, so you're almost like a movie star, mate.
I wouldn't go that far, but,
I'm thinking more Russell Coit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've been likened to that a few times, especially with some of the mishaps.
Oh no, I love it.
Yeah, so no, and yeah, hopefully, as I've said, hopefully it gives some people some ideas of different things, and most of what I share is what I've learnt through YouTube and stuff, but it give you guys some ideas as well, and
yeah, absolutely.
It's all about sharing and helping each other out with knowledge and whatnot.
Yeah, that's for sure. No, definitely. No, we really enjoy watching, and I hope you're going to be doing it for a long time to come.
Yeah, that's the plan.
And I'm even going to come and give you a hand when you need it.
Well, that'll be good. Probably, I reckon the first opportunity for that will be when that modular home comes in.
Yeah.
We'll be getting several people around, other friends and that all come and help lift those sides up and that. But yeah, no, we look forward to coming down and seeing your little place as well. And you guys have got a jump start though, because you've got an established place, so which is really good. But
no, we're very excited to sort of move in and have our start of a new life. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm still a pretty new Tasmanian, but welcome to Tassie.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, I reckon these are pretty close to being done, so we might get them served up and have a bite to eat.
They look good.
Lovely.
Alrighty. Well, that was Peter and Julie. Lovely couple, and that was the first time I've actually met them. Peter has left several comments on the YouTube videos over the last 18 months or more. He lived up on the Sunshine Coast in Brisbane, and they've just moved down here to Tassie. So that's fantastic. Apparently he said that he found the channel on like the 9th or 10th video I put out, went back and watched those first few, and has been watching ever since. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And they seem like really lovely people, so it's great to have some more people who are now classed as friends down here, and I look forward to seeing their place when they get out onto theirs. They've got a few weeks before they move out to there, having them up here to do stuff, and I'll go down there and help them with stuff as well. Like I said, just another friend that we've got here now. fantastic. I really love it. So, and I'm sure they're going to love their time here in Tassie as well. So they've definitely made the right move. Apparently there's a Facebook group called That's It, I'm Moving to Tassie. They were telling me. And a lot of people want to move down here, and it's not hard to see why. Anyway, yeah, we had a lovely lunch, and now I need to clean up. So I'm going to flush up the compressor and the generator. I'll get this all blown out, hit the road, get on home. Alrighty, so that should hold those beams nice and straight. I can sit there for the next few days. Hopefully all the tension will come out of that and it'll go back to being straight. You've seen the process in fast forward of how I clean all of that up with the air compressor. I'll just put the tractor away because it sits right in here, and then head on home, go and get washed up and have some dinner. Well, I'm just here outside the Mole Creek Hotel. I'm actually meeting a new friend of mine here, a fella called Rory. He has his own YouTube channel called Tasmanian Fly Fishing. I'll put a link in the description below. And yeah, he said, hey, did I want to go fishing? I'm like, yeah, that'd be fantastic. I'd love to. And I'm pretty keen to actually get some really good footage for him for his channel. So I've got the drone, the good camera, the GoPro for some underwater shots. So my primary task today is I want to get some really good footage for his channel, because normally he does all of his own filming himself, and I know what a challenge that can be. But secondarily, hopefully I get to wave the wand and have a bit of a fish myself. The wind is up a bit. It could prove to be a little bit challenging with the fly fishing. I did also bring a spin rod as well. So it'll be one of the last days we get to do a fish before the season closes. So haven't done a lot of fishing this season, practically none, except for those the little trout pond just down the road. Now, interestingly, I've been watching Rory's channel for several years, way before I even moved to Tasmania. And then lo and behold, probably a year or so ago, Rory changed his rentals, and he now lives only a couple of 100 metres from where I do. So quite amazing. It's funny how things play out. Anyway, when he shows up very shortly, we're going to go and head out to where we're going to be fishing, one of the lakes. I can't remember exactly where. I'll just be following Rory, and hopefully we get a fish or two today, and I get some nice footage and some scenery in that for you. So we'll see how we go.
That's got a fishing rod.
Alrighty, so as I was saying, going fishing with Rory today. So thank you for inviting me, man. I really appreciate the invite.
Not a problem at
come
all.
Fishing. We are right up in the central Tassie Highlands in an area called the Great Western Tiers, and this is what lake?
Lake Rowellen.
Lake Rowellen.
Lake Rowellen. It's one of the few lakes that's still open in May for fishing.
Yeah.
So, different closures into the rest of the waterways. So we'll make the most of that. A couple of weeks left before it all finishes up, but go and catch a fish hopefully.
In a month or two, this would be under snow, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, normally in May, when I've been here in previous years, it is already under snow, and it makes it a very uncomfortable day. But it's quite mild today, isn't it? It's actually fairly mild. Yeah.
Hopefully we don't get any rain. It's a bit cloudy, but yeah, hopefully there's no rain, and we might get onto a couple of fish, which would be nice.
Yeah, hopefully a rainbow trout. But there are plenty of brown trout as well. But hopefully the elusive rainbow trout will go and find one. They're good fighters, little rainbows.
Cool. Yep. Alrighty, cool. Well, we'll get geared up and then hit the water. Yeah.
Really nice grassy area underneath. It looks like there'll be fish there.
Prime location for food, yeah. Oh, really?
See that when the line landed?
Yep. Boom, out he
Saw
went.
the water move. Ah, told you.
Well, you picked the spot because you said there's weed, it's a likely location, and there was one there, so yeah, just a little bit flighty.
It's a shame. Yeah, it was when the fly line landed on top of it basically.
Yeah.
And I just saw it shoot out.
Yeah, it's a little hard to spot them at the moment because it's so dark. We don't have enough light in the water. Very challenging fishing conditions today because it's cloudy. It means there's not a lot of light in the water. Now that's a good thing because it helps keep us hidden from view from the fish, but it makes it harder to see the fish too as well. And as Rory just said, he cast right on top of a fish and spooked it. Also got the wind blowing straight into our face. That's actually a good thing from the point of view, again, the ripples help hide us from the fish, but it makes it harder to cast into the wind when you're fly fishing. The other positive though is that the wind tends to blow little insects across the surface of the water, so if you can get onto the shoreline where those insects are getting blown to, so otherwise you're facing into the wind, it can bring the fish over to that side of the shoreline. So yeah, we'll just keep persisting. We've only been here for 20 minutes or so. We've seen the first one, and yeah, very interesting, beautiful area. It is a little cool though. So Rory's just changed over to lure, and then like right there's this big splash, and I wasn't filming and it snapped him off.
No lure left.
Yep.
So I've got more, it's fine.
Yeah, so that's like 2 fish we've seen in 5 minutes, so yeah.
Right area for it, the shallow grassy, you can see it's very kind of weedy, so there's lots of food in there.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm standing in right now.
Yeah, it's quite boggy and
yeah,
isn't it?
Lots of weed and that, but yeah, so I will have to just keep the cameras running because I think we might be close.
Fingers crossed.
It's a branch, those dreaded leaf fish again.
Fernfish, that.
Fernfish. I wonder if that's a wishbone fern. Oh, well, they got a fishbone fern, sorry, yeah. Wishbone.
Endemic Tassie species.
Yep. Yeah, that's promising because it does have water flowing into it. If you look up this way, there's a little creek, a little rivulet flowing down through here, so ideally the fish would hide here, just waiting for stuff to get swept out of the river. Seen one?
Yeah, right in less than a metre from the shore.
Did you spook him?
I don't know. I didn't see the big bow wave.
Yep.
Oh, there it goes. Yep.
He's on, he's on.
Big rainbow, big rainbow.
Big rainbow.
Big rainbow.
Alright, I'll come in with the net.
Yeah, nice big rainbow.
That's okay, we'll just net him.
Got off. Got off.
Oh, no.
No.
I was,
that was such a...
he was a fatty. He was a big
good
fatty.
fish.
Yeah, and I was right there with the net,
Yeah.
so close. Oh,
We saw one.
we called it, yeah.
We're getting closer though, aren't
Yes, yeah.
we? We broke off. We
Yeah.
nearly netted one. Next
Yeah.
time, I reckon.
Yeah.
Give
I
it
think
back.
we were just so super keen to get one on the camera. We probably fought him a little too hard.
I was trying to get him out
Yeah.
of the mud so that he could go for a bit of a run.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah. So
cool.
perfect location though,
Yeah.
because you've got that creek coming in there. As I said, you know, the water's flowing out, and it'll bring food down, and the fish will just sit there and wait. A bit like a sushi train. Just sit there and wait for the food to come past.
That was a really fat fish.
That was a big fat rainbow.
But what I found really interesting there is that rainbow, I saw his like tail swirl.
Yep.
Only in a metre from the bank, which is what, 3 inches of
It
water.
is very shallow there, yep.
That's very different behaviour for a rainbow. That's normally a brown trout kind of territory, being that shallow. Rainbows are normally out a bit deeper, so that was surprising, but that was a really good quality fish.
It was. But we are getting closer.
We can't be getting further away.
No.
Got him.
He's on. Well done. All right. Smaller rainbow.
Smaller rainbow there.
Where's that next time?
Fish in the net. Told you we're getting
There we
closer.
go. Well done, mate. Well done.
Further away. Yeah.
All right, it's a smaller rainbow, but it is a very nice rainbow. Yeah. Really good condition.
Great condition.
So we'll let Rory sort that fish out. Oh, he's still kicking a bit.
Well, there you go.
The lure's out.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
easy.
that's just popped out.
What I'll do, I'll just put the rod down and I'll wet my hand and...
Yeah, you should always wet your hands before touching the fish.
Particularly if you're putting them back, which today
Yeah, we are.
I'm not planning to keep them, so...
Yeah.
Notoriously slippery, particularly rainbow trout.
Yeah. Do you want me to put him on the mud?
Yeah.
Pop him down. Just watch that hook.
Yeah. There you go. There he is.
Yeah, beautiful rainbow.
He's quite chunky. He's a lot smaller than fish number one.
Yeah.
Well, the one that didn't quite make it to the net.
Exactly, yeah.
There you go.
Stickfish.
You know what I like to call these?
What?
Parrot perch.
Parrot perch.
Because your parrot will go and sit on it.
Parrot perch. I like it. I think we're going to go and try over into that little area over there.
Got to be one in there, you'd think.
Yeah, because you can see all that gravel up the back, because there is a river that flows in through here, or a creek, comes in around. So we're going to check on that bank over there.
Do you know what the name of the river is?
No, what was this one?
Fish River.
Fish River?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It seems like a good place
It
to
does.
start, I reckon.
It does.
Oh, he's nicely coloured brown trout, isn't he?
Yeah.
Quite like chrome.
He
Quite
is.
silvery. Good condition. Again, not a huge fish, but good condition.
Still plenty of fun, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not a snob when it comes to fish size.
No.
So, if it's your fish, then we're good.
Alrighty, well, we'll get him back into the water too.
Yeah. Ready? Off you go.
Straight away without even saying goodbye again.
Yeah.
switch to the fly rod?
Yeah. We just fish right at the top there. I'm pretty sure. I can feel the water moving.
So we've got another one of these little gullies that flows in. I guess as the fish went for the fly, didn't quite set the hook. So how long have you lived in Tassie for?
A bit over 4.5 years, so 5 years in October.
Yeah. How long have you been, how long has your channel been running for?
Most of that time, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was actually one of my colleagues' idea. Like, oh, you should start a fishing channel because there's not a huge number of YouTube channels for fishing in Tassie. A handful, but no, it's been a bit of fun.
It is fun, isn't it? Yeah.
Encouragement to get out there and explore, if nothing else.
That's it. Provide different content. Viewers keep you held accountable.
Yeah.
Get us another video.
It should be all over there.
Oh no!
That was your rainbow.
Yeah.
Another rainbow.
Rory saw it under there. Said, "I'll just cast to it." It's just sitting under there, under the roots there.
I mean, it all went according to plan for a moment.
Yeah,
Ah.
That's fishing.
Yeah. That was cool. That was a pretty big fish as well.
Yeah.
Good size rainbow. Damn.
How's your heart rate?
Yeah. Like when I saw him going, I put my fly there and he instantly went straight over.
Nice.
But I couldn't see him eat it, so I had to kind of pull in, and I felt the weight, get the hook, and he just
Didn't quite hook it. Yeah.
I felt weight though. I felt the weight on the end, and he had a bit of a jump. But
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
challenging. But it's good. I mean, looking on the positive side of things, they're eating that fly.
Yeah.
So
it shows that we got the right fly on, and they're there, and
we just need that tiny bit more luck on our side, and we're all good.
Yeah. Missed another one.
Felt the tug.
Yep. Oh, I lost him again. I saw all that coming in. Oh no. That was a big fish. That was a big ripple. They're playing hard to get. That was a big fish. You could see that big bow wave as it came in towards the fly. It was on a mission. It was going to take that fly. And did it snap you off?
It did.
Oh, yep.
Ah.
That was a big fish.
Yeah, that was probably about that big.
Wow. Yeah. Time to tie your new fly on. That one got my heart racing.
Well, yeah. Had a bad run. Haven't actually landed.
There he is, a nice rainbow. Well done, mate.
Yeah, that's brown, actually. Brown shirt. He's got no spots in his tail, but he's like...
He does look like a rainbow, wow.
Crimson, like that.
Yeah.
The hybrid.
Let's get him up and have a look, yeah. Yeah, he really looked pink on the side, but
yeah,
no spots on the tail, so definitely a brown.
Yeah, that's right. There he is.
Yeah, a brown trout, but look at, yeah, that beautiful pink on the side. It does look pink on the side, yeah.
It's very strange, very odd. I've
very pearly.
not seen that, yeah.
No. But yeah,
Cool.
definite brown. Had me fooled.
Yeah.
And chung gone.
Not hanging around.
No. Nice.
Good stuff.
Well
yeah.
done.
So
Here's
that's
another one.
Number 4 now. Is 4 that we've actually landed. 58 that we've seen or caught, but yeah, got a couple.
Yep, having a good day out here.
Yeah.
Well done. That is a much better rainbow. Yeah, nice. Oh, he's keen to go.
There he is.
There we are, beautiful
Good rainbow. Yeah.
Very nice one.
Pretty well conditioned as well.
Yeah, fought well.
Yeah, took a bit of line. Thought he might have been even a little bit bigger. Whoa!
And he gave you a bath as well.
Bit of a shower, needed one anyway. Good stuff.
Nice work.
Awesome. Oh, cool.
All right, well, we've had a good session today. Before we head home though, I'm just going to have a little fish. I chose to actually fish this little rivulet that's coming in. I'll be fishing with a little minnow pattern lure. So I'm just going to spend 20 minutes having a little flick around here. I must admit I've had a ball band behind the camera today, so I really don't mind that I haven't wet a line yet. But yeah, just before we go, I'm going to flick up here and Rory's going to return the favour. Do some filming for me.
Had a crack at it.
Once you spook them, yeah, pretty much just move on to the next hole. bit in the minnow, but maybe I should have gone with a seltzer, but anyway, this is a beautiful waterway. The water's crystal clear, it's just magic, but we've had a great day anyway. Light's fading, so it's time to head on home. Well, that was a really great day. Got a few fish, saw some big ones, and missed those unfortunately, but that's all a part of fishing. Rory certainly knows his stuff and he knows where to find the fish, and yeah, I learned a lot today. And I really did mean what I said too. It really was quite enjoyable today to just spend time behind the camera and, you know, film someone else and just try different techniques and whatnot. So it was good fun. And then yeah, I had that little fish at the end. I did get one hit. I saw a few, but I think probably my lure choice wasn't so great. Maybe I should have gone with one of those spinner blades. They seem to be working well for Rory in the lake. That's all we got time for this week. So that was something a little bit different, and I hope you found that interesting and enjoyable. Stay tuned for next week's episode. There's going to be even more exciting stuff happening. So until then, take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys next Friday. Cheers.